is recording.
You gonna sign this prenup. You gonna sign this prenup.
Camera's on.
You gonna sign this prenup.
Let's go, girl.
You gonna sign this prenup.
You're gonna sign this prenup, girl. I want you to sign this prenup.
Yes.
Sign it. Sign it.
Sign it, sign it, sign it. So we're not gonna get married.
Prenup. Time to sign a prenup.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Uno, dos, tres.
Welcome once again to a fascinating episode of Gaming Pop, where we have some intelligent and fascinating conversation and dialogue for you today. Charles, what are we talking about?
Today we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, Xbox buying fucking Activision Blizzard.
Now, for those who don't know what Activision Blizzard is, what is that?
That is the company who's basically has some of the biggest fucking gaming IP in the fucking world. To name off the three, Call of Duty.
Okay, I've heard of that.
World of Warcraft.
Really?
Fucking Candy Crush.
Don't they also earn that one,
That's just
what's
some
that
baby
shooter?
babies.
What's that other shooter one that they have? Overwatch. Ooh.
Yep, StarCraft.
Wait, that's all on Xbox.
That's, bruh, they just bought this fucking company.
I
bruh.
always forget that Blizzard is part of Activision, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, Activision Blizzard, bro.
So you're telling me that in maybe
No
the
joke.
next few years,
Yep.
homies are more than likely going to be playing World of Warcraft on an Xbox.
More than likely, I feel like they're gonna try to. I feel like with Phil Spencer at the helm, if you don't know, that is basically he's the CEO of gaming at Microsoft, and he's the one who's been making Xbox be what the fuck Xbox is nowadays. And I feel like the guy at the helm is gonna be like, "Yo, let's get a World of Warcraft port. Let's put some real time into it. Let's put some real resources into it, and let's bring World of Warcraft to console." And when we say console, bring it to console, we're talking Xbox only. No PlayStation.
Hey, but you know what, though?
Bruh.
Here's what's going to be crazy, is they'll probably, because of that, what if they do this with Microsoft? They're
What?
going to do a PC version and an Xbox version of that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Because they're already
No,
on it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
obviously World of Warcraft will first come to that PC version, and then
Oh, for sure.
And then they'll be like, all right, obviously here you guys go.
Yeah.
But I also wonder, because of how many buttons you have to be pressing on that game at the same time, do you think it can work on an Xbox? Because I mean, they got what's that? Elder Scrolls Online, and it's kind of like that, but
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, so on our Gaming Pop Twitter, which you guys should go follow if you don't,
I'll put a little link.
we were talking to Cody Kovac and Luke. I believe that's his name. I'm sorry if it's not your name, but I believe it's Luke and Cody Kovac. We were talking to them about World of Warcraft because it seems like Luke is a big World of Warcraft guy, and I know Cody is too. And he was just like, I was like, oh, maybe it's going to come to console. And then Luke was like, well, he was like, honestly, I don't really care. Luke was like, I don't really care as long as they, like, don't fuck up my baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I totally understand that. And that's Microsoft. That's not Microsoft's MO. That's not what they're going to do, because when you really think about it, when people say, I don't want them to fuck up this or fuck up that, let's be real here. Microsoft, they're into PC space. They're more so in the PC space than PlayStation or Sony is. They day and date release all their new games, first party games, on PC now. Halo Infinite came out on PC day one, just like it came out on console.
It's crazy.
They're not in the business of fucking up World of Warcraft. They're gonna let Blizzard do its thing. You should have no worries with Microsoft coming in here and trying to disturb or disrupt the peace. I mean, if anything, what they're going to do, which we could save this for a little later, we'll talk about this a little later. If anything, Microsoft's just going to come in there and get rid of all the toxic fucking head people who are in there. You know what I'm saying?
Blizzard, yeah.
Yeah, we'll
that
talk,
definitely was my first thought as soon as that
Yeah.
happened. I was
Yeah.
like, that'll be crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting. But no, you know what's funny is that picture you showed me. I wonder if we can put that on the video without getting
For sure.
copywritten.
We can,
that Halo one with him opening up on Nuke World or
Nuketown? Yeah.
That shit is funny to me because that was literally what my fear is that they're gonna start mixing games and all that stuff. But as you were talking there, I was also thinking, what does that eventually mean for the structure of Microsoft? Is it gonna be like if they keep buying all these like companies, right? Are they going to still let them be companies, or is it going to be everything's developed under the Microsoft studio under such and such team? You know, instead of it being such and such studio, because I feel like Microsoft is going to end up just putting them in their studios. You know what I mean?
I mean. So this is. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to this acquisition, Microsoft is buying them. Mm-hmm. These are Microsoft studios. After that, they own you. Mm-hmm. You report to Microsoft.
Exactly.
Everything Microsoft HR, everything switches over to what Microsoft does and uses. Mm-hmm. When we talk about, are we going to change the studios? No, that's not going to happen. They're not going to come into Treyarch or Infinity Ward or Blizzard and say, hey, all of you guys operate this way now. That's not going to do that. They're still going to let them develop games, how they develop games, because these are really, I mean, when you really think about it, like, these are iconic IPs here that we're talking about. These are iconic franchises. These are some of the biggest fucking franchises in the world.
For real.
Call of Duty has been the best-selling game for the past, like, 14 fucking years.
And, you know, it's crazy. It took over, too. It was Medal of Honor, then it was Call of Duty.
Yeah, like, what we're talking about here, the reason why this news is so huge, like, I don't think you guys understand. Me and Jorian had other plans to come in here for this episode today. We weren't going to talk. We already had something ideal that we were going to talk about today. Mm-hmm. Then this news broke. This is probably the biggest gaming news to ever break. Like, I really, you know what I'm saying? I really don't think people understand the magnitude of what just happened. You have Microsoft that basically just bought a company for $68.7 billion, bro. That's a lot of money. That's no joke. You know, Disney bought Fox. I believe they spent $72 billion to buy Fox. Disney bought Fox for $72 billion. That's with all the X-Men. You're getting all the characters back. And all that, yeah, you're getting Avatar. You're getting fucking all your Marvel characters back. You're getting all this shit back. They just bought Activision that basically, honestly, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush, and StarCraft. Which, when you say it like that, it seems like they're whatever. But those are crazy fucking IP. World of Warcraft's been around for 20 years.
No, it is
Call of
crazy
Duty
IP.
Been around for like 15, 16 years. Almost 20 years too. Mm-hmm. Like, these are IPs that are fucking nuts, bro. So,
and it's crazy, bro. It's very interesting. I'm wondering what that really does mean for the future of gaming in and of itself, especially because of like we said, there's going to be PC games that are now coming to console, and I think the way that makes me think is they're going to try to diversify everything and make it cross-platform still. Like, that's still obviously the big goal right now, I feel like, with gaming.
Yeah, no. I mean, the cross-platform thing has been happening. It's been steadily getting pushed. Like, I think Fortnite was the first one to really bust down the doors. They were like, apparently for a long time, Sony didn't want to do it. They're like, we just want to keep everybody on here. Mm-hmm. PlayStation is doing fine. We don't need Xbox. We don't need anybody else. We're good. We don't need cross-platform. Then Fortnite was like, yo, we're the biggest fucking thing ever right now. So you either do it or, like, what's up? Because we're trying to do cross-platform. We're pushing that. Fortnite did it, and then Call of Duty did it. Another one of the biggest franchises as well. Fortnite and Call of Duty, huge franchise. Call of Duty was like, yo, we're trying to do that shit too. Mm-hmm. Sony obviously has the deal with Activision to get all the Call of Duty content first, exclusive shit. You know how Xbox used to have it? We got all the map packs first and all that shit. And then it switched over to Sony because Sony was a market leader. They're the ones who had the most market share and all that shit. And
is Xbox going to let them produce the games for PlayStation and stuff?
I'll say this. I want to say this. When they bought Bethesda, I believe in 2020, they bought Bethesda in 2020 for $7 billion. I don't know the exact number, but I know it's $7 billion. Mm-hmm. Phil Spencer came out and said, "Look, we bought this company to grow our ecosystem, to make people come to Xbox, to make people play on our platforms. No, they're not. Starfield is not coming to PlayStation." He was just flat out said it. He was like, our games go wherever Game Pass is. Game Pass is on PC and Xbox. If you have one of those, you can play Xbox games. Not necessarily Xbox games, Microsoft games at this point. They're just fucking they're going into a different platform. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're moving away, and this is where Sony I love me some Sony games. I think they have the best first-party games. Xbox has not been able to compete with Sony when it comes to first-party games in a long fucking time. I feel like the last really, really good story game Microsoft has had, I would say, is Halo 3 and Gears of War 2.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the last ones that were really like, you need to play this story game. Other than that, I can't think of an Xbox exclusive story game that has brought you in like those two you needed to play. Gears of War 3 was good, but it wasn't Gears of War 2. Gears of War 2 was special. Halo 3 was a fucking worldwide event.
Halo 2 was I like Halo 2 way more.
Hey, Halo 2 is special, but it's like Halo 2 is the reason why Halo 3 is what it was.
Yep.
You know? Like Halo 2, that was on the original Xbox. Then Halo 3 is like, all right, next generation, more people, this new console, better graphics, new story. Like Halo 2, Halo Combat Evolved, it was a special game. It basically introduced first-person shooters to console. It used to be for a long time it was on PC. Then they brought it to console specifically for that. Then Halo 2 came. Development hell, but it turned out to be this fucking incredible fucking game Halo 2 is. Beautiful game. And then you get Halo 3, which is like next generation Halo, and it just fucking changed the game, bro. Halo 2 changed the game, but like Halo 3 ushered in, hey, we're here. Like, Xbox is here. You need to play. Halo 3 was a fucking insane event. I remember being a kid, bro, and just seeing, I couldn't really comprehend what was going on. I just thought, I was like, yo, this looks so cool. It's like next level shit to me. It's like, I don't know.
Halo 3 was cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a good time with that one.
It was a special moment of gaming. Same as long with Halo 2. Like, these are, you know what I'm saying, special moments in gaming, but I feel like Xbox's last really, really important exclusive games were Halo 3 and Gears of War 2. And it's just like, bruh, PlayStation pumping crazy exclusives out nonstop. They just came out with a brand new IP last year, Ghost of Tsushima. And it's like, bruh, this is a beautiful fucking insane game.
The game is crazy, the graphics. I was watching Omi play that last night.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing effects.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's Jor. I have this steelbook of Ghost of Tsushima, and I've only played like the first like 15 minutes.
Let me borrow it then.
No, you're good.
All right.
No, I will. I honestly, I don't play it, so I could sling that to you, bro. I could definitely sling that to you. But nah, man, I do think, with the future, I mean, look, this is all business, bro.
No,
like,
it is.
It's all business, and they bought Bethesda, and they came out and said Starfield is going to be a Game Pass exclusive. The same shit's going to happen with all this Activision shit. Now, the thing is, Minecraft, they kept on PlayStation. That's like, so existing shit, I believe, is going to stay on there. All the old Call of Duties, Warzone for sure.
It'd be dookie if they just took them off.
You can't, you can't do that because, I mean, the main part is people just already bought it. What the fuck are you going to do? You can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
But I do think future IP, I do believe future games eventually at one point, maybe it won't happen. It's definitely not going to happen this year because the deal probably won't close until next year. The deal probably won't close until early next year, maybe late this year. So for the Call of Duty that's coming out this year, that's going to be cross-platform. That's fine. Which I believe is going to be Modern Warfare 2. That game will be fine, but there is going to be a point, 2023, 2024, honestly, maybe 2024 is when it's really going to come into fruition, to where you're going to see, hey, this Call of Duty ain't coming out on PlayStation.
That was, and you know what, that was going to be my next question.
Nuts.
My next question for that is, do you think the quality of games is even going to go up with all of that?
I do.
Because you're saying that Xbox hasn't had a good campaign game in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Except for maybe Halo, and even Halo we've already discussed really wasn't that good.
That shit was ass.
So with that, I mean, all they've done is buy Activision and a couple of big name studios. So do you think that's going to switch around?
I think it is. Fuck.
You know what I mean?
It
seems to me now it's just more corporate, and when I hear corporate, it makes it seem more like Walmart. You know, more like, all right, we're doing this shit by the book. It's got to be guaranteed, and it's got to have this, and this.
Yeah.
It almost seems to me like they're going Hollywood. You know, like the game studio went from being independent to now it's Hollywood. So now I feel like we're gonna see those. yeah, we'll have those good moments from like before when they were their own individual, but then we're also going to see those corporate things where it has to be in there. We're going to see the Pepsi can in the background. We're going to see the person say that same shit they say in all the other movies, you know? The almost the forced ideals and shit, you know what I mean? So that's where my concern comes in. But to get back to more of the question is do you think the games in and of themselves are going to become better?
I personally, I truly do believe what Microsoft is doing right now, and this is so, when you compare these companies, when you compare Microsoft and Sony, because let's be real, I mean, there's no console war bullshit. Like, we don't really, I don't believe in that bullshit. I think it's all stupid. I just love to play video games. I own all of them. I don't care. I love all the games. Like I said, Sony has had the best fucking games, story games, for the past decade, bro. Like, come on. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's just facts. It's just facts. But when you compare it, man, Microsoft right now, Microsoft and Xbox, they're in the business of Game Pass. They don't give a fuck about Xbox. Like they don't care if you buy an Xbox. Like, let's be real here. They don't. They're not looking at Xbox sales the same way that Sony is looking at PlayStation 5 sales.
Well, because you can play it off of your phone now. Literally the newest controller, you can play your game off your phone.
You can set up your phone, hop on the xCloud, have your controller, your Xbox controller, or just buy a thing that connects to your phone and play like that, and you could play Xbox on your phone. They're moving they're thinking of the future, and that's why Microsoft is a $2.4 trillion company, and Sony is a $134 billion company. This is mega different money when we're talking about here. Like, 2.4 trillion compared to a company that's 134 billion. You can't even sit near the table. You can't. You can't even get in the same room, bro. Like, you can't even get in the same room. Microsoft just spent almost $70 billion on Activision when Nintendo's market cap right now is, they said, about 52 billion. Microsoft could have bought Nintendo. That in itself tells you everything you need to know about who the fuck Microsoft is. We're not here to play. We're not here to play. We're here to get motherfuckers and get content to be on Game Pass, bro. They're trying, they're not trying because they're going to be it now, especially with this deal. This shit passes, Xbox will be Netflix. Game Pass is going to be the Netflix of gaming.
And you know what's so funny as you say that? I always think of Gamefly. Gamefly was the OG Netflix of gaming.
Yeah, it really was.
But they really got slept on, bro.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I got slept on so hard.
It really was. The thing is with Gamefly is, you got to think about that too. It was very much so like a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You're still buying them. Like, you need to buy the product and then do what you want to do with it. The thing is with Microsoft and Game Pass is, we own all this shit.
Exactly.
So we're not really taking losses. Like, yeah, you're taking losses, but at the end of the day, we can give this game out for free. Gamefly, you had to buy that $60 game and then rent it to somebody. And then make your money back off of that.
Exactly.
Versus, and you'd also get they didn't return the game back or blah, blah, blah. So you're going to get losses. Microsoft, they're not taking losses here because they own all this shit.
And it's all digital, too.
It's all digital.
They're not sending you no disc.
They're not sending you nothing to where you could scam them and say, all right, I'm going to keep the disc and then cancel a subscription. They're not losing out on anything, bro.
No, and they're doing their best to be innovative, too, because, like you said, they can do the cloud gaming. And with the Game Pass, you can cloud game anything before you even play it. Oh, let me just try this before I even download it on my Xbox.
Bruh, tell them about Forza when we played Forza.
It was Garby, but I mean, it was still a cool feature. Like I said, you can download it. I'm still playing. I think I was playing with you a little bit.
Yeah, we were playing. Yeah,
we were still playing together, but on my screen it was just janky as hell because it wasn't actually downloaded. Yeah. But it's like, at least I got to try it.
Maybe
I just got boo-boo internet.
It's like, bruh, it's like, this is like like I said, they have the money that they have for a reason. The fact that I was playing Forza, Jordan goes, he was like, bro, I think I could play that shit like streaming. He was like, I think I could play that shit like xCloud. And I was like, wait, I think you can. And then Jordan goes and he's like, yeah, it says xCloud. Fucking loads the game up in seconds, essentially, just from the stream. Yes, it does look like shit, but also it's like, get a little better internet.
No, it could be my internet.
It's still going to be dookie. It's most likely still going to be ass because it's not downloaded.
Not only that, but you also have to keep in mind, I'm using your OG Xbox. I'm not even
using
anything up to date.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly,
you know, like that's like a day one Xbox in 2013. That is some old ass hardware.
Yeah,
that you're playing it on.
But it's still impressively doing it. So
it's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it's like, nigga, like I could only imagine how the streaming would work off of Series X. Because clearly that's better hardware. It's going to be able to run that shit better. Forza is a beautiful game. That's a fucking tough game to run. It's a next generation game. You feel me? So just everything that they're doing, it's like, man, they when we talk about exclusivity, right, and we talk about will Call of Duty be off of PlayStations, like I said, Warzone is going to be on there. That's fine. That's a battle royale. It's like Fortnite. Like you can't. You know, why would you? It's like Minecraft. You're not going to take it. Like, too many people play it. Why would you take it off? The thing is, when it comes to new video games, why wouldn't they? At the end of the day, that's what all these other streaming companies are doing, right? Oh, you want to watch all this Disney shit? You need to come over here. You want to watch Moon Knight? You want to watch WandaVision? All this shit belongs to us. So if you want to watch it, subscribe to us and come over here.
You want to watch HBO, Adult Swim?
Yeah.
You know.
You want to watch Euphoria? You want to watch Succession? You want to watch all these crazy shows that HBO has? Game of Thrones? Come over here. Netflix, they have a shit ton of things too. Stranger Things is a big draw for them. You want to watch that shit? Go to Netflix.
Speaking of Stranger Things, do you like that show anymore?
I thought the third season was fucking cheeks. But I liked the first two seasons.
I barely liked the second season, and I barely understood the first season, but I was like, all right, it's cool enough. It was cool. Yeah. It was cool enough. No. The first season, the second season was just like, why are we trying to bring this back? And then the third season is just like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, the third season was so bad. Like, me personally, I did like the second. I mean, it was definitely like treading around the like we're basically just kind of like, what do we do? And it was like we're kind of just trying to rehash shit. But that third one, bro, was fucking terrible. It like honestly. I hated watching it. It was like I kind of just like watch it to watch it at that point. I wasn't paying attention. Thought everything was stupid. And that's like the fourth one that's coming out. I'm like, these niggas are not even kids anymore. This is like, this doesn't even work.
Now it's adult things.
Yeah, it's not even, you know what I'm saying? Fucking adult things, bro. Like this show does not work no more. The main draw of that was so cool because they were like kids. I can't imagine what season 4 is going to look like. They're going to all be like fucking adults now. Like, come on. I don't know. It's like Harry Potter. If you want to do that type of shit, get them when they're young.
Yeah.
You know, because even at the end of Harry Potter, you're like, yo, y'all niggas are.
They're definitely
pushing it. What are y'all doing right now? You know what I'm saying?
Pushing 21 at the end of it.
So, no, Stranger Things, whatever. But
back to what we're talking about.
Yeah. Like I said, man, Microsoft is in the business of just growing Game Pass. They are, and it's like Sony people, PlayStation people, they could look at all this shit and just be like, oh, that's not fair. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just think that's stupid. You're going to take away Call of Duty from, like, PlayStation. I'll agree with y'all. I think that's fucked up. Like, we're talking about a game that's been the number one shooter for the past 15 years. That is so fucked up to just buy it and be like, no more. No more. No more. It's over here now. No more. That in itself, bro, is fucking nuts, bro. That's like Sony buying Halo. And it's like, you guys can't play the new Halos anymore. It's just going to be over here. So you need to buy a console or a Sony Game Pass to play Halo now. That is fucked up. It's fucked up. Like, let's be real. It is fucked up.
It is a little mess.
It's fucked up. But at the end of the day, these motherfuckers don't understand that this is business.
It's monopoly, baby.
This is business at the end of the day. Money talks. Money talks. And money does not play. So if Microsoft is going to throw $70 billion on something, you think they're going to share it? No, you're crazy. I'm going to spend $70 billion and I'm going to take all that shit away from you. And I'm going to put it on Game Pass. And I'm going to make everybody in their fucking family subscribe to Game Pass. And we're going to be the Netflix. Netflix, I think, has over 100 million fucking subscribers. It's fucking insane.
Are you honestly saying that?
It's insane.
That is going to lose a lot of homies because when I think of PlayStation, I think of homies.
Bro homies.
I think of
bro people when I think of PlayStation.
Homies who own PlayStations own Call of Duty and Mortal Kombat.
And fucking like NBA 2K, nigga.
And NBA 2K,
and NBA 2K.
And maybe some Madden, but it's just those few games. Yeah. So by taking Call of Duty away, homies would be like, well, I'm a PlayStation guy, but I don't have Call of Duty, so they're gonna have to be Xbox guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
But the thing is, bro, like,
that's funny.
When Xbox used to be a bro shooter console too. Low key still kind of is, but Call of Duty used to get all the map packs and shit first. So a lot of the Call of Duty people were on Xbox, and then once PlayStation got it, all the fucking bro dudes just switched over to PlayStation. We're like, well, I'm not gonna miss out. All I play is Call of Duty and fucking 2K. I'm not gonna miss out on Call of Duty because why would I stay on Xbox? Y'all get all this DLC and shit a year after it releases. That's bullshit.
Do you know what is mind-boggling to me? 2K is the one that owns GTA, right?
Yes.
And they own those basketball games?
Yes.
That's fucking stupid.
It's
that
weird,
makes
huh?
No sense to me.
It's weird.
Is
Why?
it just they made that much money
weird,
off of the
bro.
basketball games that they were able to buy that?
Bro, I don't.
At what point did that happen?
I don't know. I think we need to read more into that. I'm not sure if 2K's always had that game, or if they did just buy it from somebody. I don't know.
That's weird.
But I don't think that's the case though, because 2K kind of essentially put NBA Live out of business. It was like that was another competitor in 2K to games. Everybody just liked 2K more.
Well, that, and then they do Bioshock. Not Bioshock.
They do Bioshock.
Bioshock.
2K makes Bioshock. They make the Max Payne games. They make the Bully games. They make a lot of these games we're mentioning are like dormant franchises. But
what's the one I'm thinking of though? Borderlands is one.
Borderlands. They do Borderlands. They do obviously fucking GTA.
Well, and you know what though? All those like all the Rockstar ones, you'd never know because I've never once seen 2K said on the box or anything like that.
Yeah, no, just
unless you're like looking for it.
Yeah,
but yeah. That's such a trip.
It is nuts. Like when people who play GTA.
So what happens when Microsoft buys 2K? Do you think we'll finally get it?
That won't fucking. God, the thing is they could. That's the thing, they could. Bruh, 2K.
Buy 2K, get a GTA 6.
Nigga, and they would. Bruh, 2K is, I think I just saw numbers. I think 2K, bruh, is like maybe 17 to 28 billion in that range.
Funny, because like 100 of that is from me. From this year.
Stop it.
100 of that.
Stop it.
They got 10% from me, man.
And
they got 0.1% from me.
0.1, yeah, point nothing, bro. 0.000000001.
I got some percentage, son.
That's nice. You're like, I'm a shareholder, motherfucker.
If only. Man, that would be a weird economy if you bought something and became a shareholder in it.
That'd be a trip.
That'd be a weird economy.
That'd be a trip. Oh, okay. So we can move into what are your last, like, what do you really think about this whole acquisition?
Because this is and all that.
This is it probably is the biggest. It is the biggest acquisition in gaming history. Like, this is the biggest thing ever. What do you think?
You know what's funny? It's a real grand picture I'm gonna paint here. I think because the metaverse is becoming such a thing with technology and entertainment, I think any company is doing the absolute most that they can to have as much content as possible. Like you said earlier, Disney Plus wasn't a thing 2 years ago. No. They became a thing, and they're big as fuck now because they have every single Disney movie, and they took all of their movies and put them all on one platform. You see on Netflix. And any kid who watches a Disney movie, every kid ever, their parent basically has to have Disney Plus. You gotta have Disney Plus, yeah. And it's that same thing. And literally what we just said with the Call of Duty. Now all the Call of Duty bros are gonna have to get an Xbox. Yeah. Because why not? It's becoming a monopoly, and at some point they're gonna start throwing the VR into it. Yeah. And I honestly, I think it's a dangerous road that we're running down because of video games and technology. I'm starting to think we need to unplug a little bit more. I don't want to be that kind of preacher at the same time, but with them acquiring all that shit, it, like I've been saying this whole time, it's just a monopoly. It's a whole other monopoly on the video game content, because now niggas really do have to buy an Xbox. I gotta buy the newer one to keep up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about before the episode with the phones, bro. It's the same shit. They make the new model, they cut off the technology to the older one, make it shitty, make it run not as good, so your mind just keeps going, I need the new one, I need the new one. Yeah. It's all a monopoly, bruv.
And like, Microsoft, they're so smart, bro, because you're over here talking about, you're like, nah, I need to get a new piece of the hardware. that's where they're so fucking smart when they came into this generation. They say, hey, we got our Series X. If you want the Big Daddy, it's $500. Go buy it. Series X. If you want the entry point for those Call of Duty bros, 2K boys, all those this is a Game Pass machine. Series S for $300. It's $100 cheaper than the PlayStation. They said, fuck you. We're going to have Game Pass, and we're going to make Game Pass be a must. It's like Nintendo. It's like Nintendo with the Switch. There was a point last year in quarantine when Animal Crossing was blowing up. And I'm over here like, you feel like you're missing out on something.
Oh, I definitely wanted to get.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, fuck, like, oh my god, everybody's talking about Animal Crossing. Nintendo is having this resurgence, and it's like, fuck, I want one of those. I bought one. It was sold out everywhere, and I was on Amazon, bro. This is when I was unemployed. Nigga, I was staying up on Amazon until like 4 a.m, just clicking, trying to get one, and I finally got one, and it was like I got it because it was like, I want to be in that ecosystem. I miss these video games. What Xbox is doing right now with the Series S is, my Switch was fucking $300. And I had no issue buying it.
I'm about to buy myself one here soon.
You're going to buy a Series S that is way more powerful than a Nintendo, and you get Game Pass? What does Nintendo have that can compete with Game Pass? Nothing. You're paying $60 for each of their fucking games. Versus you could buy a Series S, which is a next-generation console, and also you get Game Pass, $10 a month, that gives you access to all these fucking games. Pretty soon, you get brand new Call of Duties, day one, for free.
Not only that, most of those consoles now, everybody has a payment plan. You can get an Xbox and be paying, I think, $37 a month.
Yeah.
And I think while you're paying that $37, I think it still includes Game Pass.
Yeah. Exactly. It's the all-in, the Xbox Series all-in bundle or something, and it puts it like essentially credit purchase.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Oh shit! I'm definitely about to go get me set up on one of those.
A credit purchase, and it's like, bruh, no, what you're saying, completely right.
It makes sense, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Completely fucking
and
right.
I think it's like a year program. It's funny because when I first heard somebody say, I'm like, wait, you're gonna take payments out on an Xbox? Like a car?
Like you just get, exactly, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, legit, bro. Like, you could, for real, get this shit. Like,
homies might as well do the down payment of the $37 or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait the 3 weeks, pay the rest of it off.
And you think about it, just PlayStation not doing that. And I will say this about PlayStation. Not saying that Xbox isn't, but PlayStation's demand is way higher than Xbox. Let's be real. Let's
Everyone wants a PS5. PS5 or 5 women, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. I personally, man, I'm gonna take the women. I don't know.
I'm gonna take the PS5.
Drown me in the women.
You seen that video though, where he's like, PS5 last 5 season, girl last 0.5 seconds. Oh my gosh, this shit's funny, dude. That kid is good.
Look,
I'm getting a PlayStation.
Hey, I'm gonna get a PlayStation 5 as well.
Here's my thing though. Yeah. Here's my thing with buying a new console, and this is why I've been waiting for so long. I want to buy a bundle one. Remember when Halo 3 came out and it had like the Xbox and the Halo combined? Yeah. I want that set up. I want that. And I wanted to do the Halo one, but them bitches are $1,000.
Oh yeah, all sold out. Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry, y'all.
Bless you. Yeah, they all sold out. Another one. This nigga.
I tried to help
for the sake of the pod. No.
Sorry, y'all.
Look. Yeah, no, I hear you. And I also think those, just all the additions and shit that we're moving towards are honestly getting more shitty anyway. Because it's like the Xbox One, it's like, it used to be, all right, you buy this if you do go that crazy and you buy a brand new Xbox, it's like, all right, you're getting the collector's edition with a steelbook, and you're getting that special box and shit like that. And now it's like, all right, here's a digital card. Download it. Like, come on, bro.
Jai bought me the PlayStation 4 with the Last of Us remastered. Yeah. Exact same thing. It was just a nice regular PlayStation with just the little QR code.
Trash. Yeah, that's
like
trash.
Cool. It's like, I've got the game forever, but it's like, it'd be cool if I got some shit. Yeah. You know what's funny is when I pre-ordered the original Last of Us, I got more shit. They gave me like a little button, they gave me a book, all kinds of little shit, you know?
I got the Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition, and that was awesome. I really do love that. I loved everything. I have the art book and all that shit. It's really dope. Like another thing with Halo Infinite, and I'm fucking glad they didn't have one, because I was kind of bummed out. I was like, damn, there's no collector's edition for this game. I totally would have bought one.
It would have been a little
totally would have bought one. And then it's like, oh, you buy the game, and it's like, this game's not even fucking finished. You're just buying what are you buying? What are you buying? Because the game's not finished.
There? What is their end goal there, man? Are they trying to make a good game or not?
I don't know. But
you know what's funny? I felt like 343 was in better hands when it was that lady who like first took over. When they were first talking about Halo 4, and I don't remember what her name was, but the lady who was like the head at that time.
I think it was like Sarah Berry,
something like that. But for some reason, I felt so comfortable with her there, and then she was nice. Gone, and now it's like I almost trust nothing.
I think she has another position at Microsoft now. She has like a higher position. I don't believe she's the overseer of them no more.
I wouldn't believe it.
But what's going on over there is terrible. But yeah, I don't. You did say at one point. I don't think we really talked about it, but you did say, like, do you think these games are gonna get better with it, which is switching over? I do think they will.
I hope that they do. And then it almost has become a demand, especially when you look at PlayStation.
Yeah.
Look at God of War and how good that was.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, if Xbox is gonna drop an exclusive Xbox game, it needs to be on par.
Yeah.
And they did their best with Halo. I feel like. I'm gonna be straight. I kind of feel
that was fucked.
Low key, I feel like with Microsoft though, they must have been hands the fuck off or something. Because
they had to be.
I feel like if Microsoft was on them, that game would have came out much more polished. Yeah. And that's kind of more or less what I'm saying with the whole like Microsoft taking over. I would expect and hope that the games will start looking more polished and more like someone from Microsoft is actually gonna play the game one time and go, "Hey, you didn't fix this, man. Come on."
I totally 100 yeah. Totally.
Like there's some actual executive producers on this shit, you know? I don't know. I really hope that gaming can turn around because at the current state right now, the only games homies are playing are the same old repetitives. Yeah. Jalen literally only plays Apex, and it's like as cool as that game is, I kind of feel bad because like there's other games out there, but there's really not.
Yeah, I mean, okay, like, even with the homie as well, the homie AJ, like, all he really plays is Apex, right? And I think the other day, a couple months ago or whatever, I was playing some story game. I think I was playing fucking Halo Infinite. I was playing the campaign. Mm-hmm. And he was like, get the fuck off Halo. He was like, I'm playing some Apex. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, nigga, like, I'm playing a campaign, like, chill out. And I've talked to him about campaigns before, and he's just like, oh, yeah, I just can't get into them. Another old homie, Zach doesn't like to play campaign games. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, he just likes to play shooter multiplayer games. And Zach has always been that way. Granted, AJ just got into video games, so I can kind of give him more leeway because it's like you just haven't really experienced it.
No, him and
but
Jalen are on the same
Zach,
part.
on the other hand, has been playing video games since we were in fucking middle school. So it's like he legit just doesn't like really campaign games. He only likes to play multiplayer games. And I'm just like, I see it, but I'm like, you guys don't understand.
You're missing out on
what you're missing out. Yeah. Like, you think gaming's fun, right? Like, when you play these multiplayer games, you're like, oh, I have so much fun. It's so rewarding. You legit don't even know what it feels like to really go through a story game.
No, and the thing with a story game versus a multiplayer is the story... It's like watching a movie, but you get to have all of the power.
Interactions, yes, you get to do it.
It's all under your control, you get to enjoy it. But with the multiplayer, it's like, yeah, this is cool, I'm getting my stuff, but this dude over here from Taiwan won't leave me the fuck alone, and I can't enjoy this.
Yeah, you know?
So, yeah. I compare it to playing GTA Online to just playing GTA Campaign. Think of it like that.
Yeah.
Like, the campaign is cool, smooth,
same shit,
and you can get very bored of it very quickly, but when you're playing it, you're in it. You're definitely having a good time.
Yeah, It's something special about a campaign that grabs you, man. Is like you with Halo Infinite, you were cracked when that game came out. I beat the shit out
of it because I loved Halo. It was a good campaign.
You were cracked. I wasn't so much more as cracked because I literally like rushed through that game so we could do our review. And we were supposed to do a review and then we just didn't do it until way later. But anyway, I fucking spent like 8 hours playing that game just because I thought we were gonna review it, and then I'm like, damn. But it's good that I did do it, though. Because there was a part of me that was like, I kind of don't feel like playing it. Like, I don't know.
Here's my thing with the campaign. With the campaign, there's more reason for me to get up and try it more and more times. Versus when you're playing multiplayer, you die a certain amount of times to the same homie over and over. And it's like, it's impossible for me to figure this out because this dude is from fucking Taiwan and knows all the moves for some reason. It's annoying. Yeah. Or it's like... I don't know. It's like playing chess versus the computer versus playing a person, you know? Everyone's got their preference, for sure.
That, I mean, yeah, no, I hear you on that, definitely, but it's like, campaign is so...
I
so
love the
much more
campaign.
different.
Think of The Last of Us, bro. You said it. When a good campaign, it can keep me there. I did The Last of Us. It took me 23 hours, and I played that shit through and through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Last of Us 2, like, when we're talking about campaigns, The Last of Us 2, to me, there was a special moment. It's kind of early on in the game. Mm-hmm. You and Dina are riding on the horsebacks going through the city.
Yeah, that part is cool. I like that part.
In the game, most games, you have a mini-map that just shows you. In this game, you have to press a button that pulls out your map.
Yeah,
like an
you
actual physical map. That moment, I was like, oh, this is why I love story games. Like, this is why I love video games. Like, that's just this cool moment. It's little shit like that that you wouldn't think mean so much, but to me, it's like, that's where the interactiveness comes. That's where you talk about the movies, but you're in it. You're doing everything. And that's where when I pulled out that map, and Dina's on the back and you're riding your horse and you have to stop. It's not like you can see the map. Like, you have to physically stop in the video game, pull out the map from your backpack, and then look, all right, we're here right now. We need to go to this building because that's where they said this part should be in. So you go over there, and then you don't have the map up, so you got to remember where you're going. And you're like, all right, it's like 2 blocks down. Let me do. Pull up your map again. You're like, all right, this is the building. Cool.
And then you go into the bank.
Yeah, that bank part. Oh, so cool. And before we started this pod, we were talking about wanting to replay it. You were saying he wants to replay the first one. I want to replay the second one, but the thing is, I don't want to play it until I get a PS5. I kind of want to just play it with the best graphics I can. The game is already so beautiful on the PS5, a base PS4. That fucking Last of Us 2 is unbelievable. I was blown fucking away by playing that game, and I was on a base PS4, so I can't imagine what it looks like on a PS5.
So, total sidebar again, but you're talking about a different graphics and stuff, and it made me think of Star Wars. So when they first dropped Star Wars, it was his own edit, and ever since like Disney took over and they've like redone every so often they remake that movie. And just recently, me and Jalen watched it, and I kid you not, they cut it in the weirdest fucking way. I don't know how to explain it, but they have these scenes where like they're shooting at each other, and they like replay like the same like shots. Like they'll shoot at something, and you'll see it like hit a wall or hit a speaker, and they'll replay that, and it was the weirdest thing, right? They'll replay that like 3-4 times. And then when like the people are moving, it looks like they like fast forwarded it. Like they're like, okay, this part's like kind of boring. Let's get past this shit. Like,
Shut up!
I swear to criminy, bro. I swear to criminy, that's how they edited it.
That's weird.
And when you talk about upping the graphics, it always makes me think of that because the first time I ever seen HD, it looked like it's like they upped the frame rate or something like that. So it kind of worries me playing The Last of Us 1 on the PS5 because I think it'll look weird. I think it'll look too updated.
Well, they're fucking remastering that game right now.
Again for the PS5?
Yeah.
The first one?
The first one. Okay. They're doing a full remaster. Like, it's gonna look like Last of Us 2 type shit.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why there's some people talking about it, like even Sony fanboys and shit. They're like, bro, why are you remastering
this game? Is very still new.
Yeah, I'm like, this game's not even 10 years old. Why are you fucking remastering this game? We do not need to remaster this game. Can you please use that tool to do something else?
You know why they were doing that? Because Skyrim did it.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? Skyrim has remastered that shit so many times. The fact that we have continued to buy it each time has continued to show them, we can do that shit again.
I've never played it still.
You've never once played Skyrim?
I've never played Skyrim. No.
Don't worry about it.
I feel like
It's cool. You honestly could watch a YouTube video about it and get just as much out of it. I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. I've watched homies like do like a machinima of it. Yeah, just about the same. You don't need to play it. Okay. Honestly, if you do play it, mod it. You'll have more fun modding it because they have like little add-ons you can do.
Little console boy.
No, on the Xbox you can mod it.
Okay.
It's cool. Like, anyway, such a sidebar.
Yeah. One thing I will say on that Last of Us remaster is,
do you think they're just redoing that because of the show coming out too?
I think for sure. Yeah.
A little piggyback off the show.
That is just money being on the fucking table.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's money on the fucking table, bro. Oh, Last of Us HBO show's coming out. If you really want to check it out and really experience what this story is, we just fucking remastered this amazing video game. Here you go. $60.
You know, it's
funny. $70.
It's funny you say that too because remember when Invincibles came out?
Yeah.
I have that comic book over there that says now on HBO, now on Amazon.
Crazy.
That's
yeah,
funny.
man. Yeah,
exactly.
it's all promotion.
Oh my
it's all
god!
money,
They'll remaster it and they'll definitely say, "Here's a little QR for the HBO first episode or whatever."
They'll probably give you a month of HBO Max.
Some shit. That's crazy.
Like these corporations are way smarter than people let on. There's too many people in them for shit like that to fail. There's too many things. They said, all right, we got this Last of Us TV show in the works. How about what if we remaster a video game that comes out around the same time?
I'm honestly really excited.
Beautiful.
I hope they don't beat for beat it though. Do you think they're gonna beat for beat it, or it's gonna be its own story? Did they say it's its own story?
No, they fucking definitely have Joel and Ellie. I think it's gonna be low key beat for beat, but that's where also people too. It's like you would have
different.
Yeah. It's like you would have to change shit because it's just like you would have to. But at the end of the day, there's so many people who don't play video games still. Yeah. So for us, we're gonna watch it and be like, "Fuck, we already know everything that happens." Which I feel like this is honestly the first form of content that's been handled seriously that I've beaten and known. That I do feel like when I watch it, it's gonna be that first material that I'm like, "Oh, I already know everything that's happened." Mm-hmm. It's kind of like people who were obsessed with Harry Potter and Game of Thrones. Like you read all these books and it's like, I already know what happens. Let's see what they do on the live screen. I feel like this is the first property for me personally that I know exactly what happens, and I'm really curious to see how they do it.
Now, you say that, and I want you to think about Assassin's Creed.
I didn't watch that shitty fucking movie.
Well, I did.
Crazy?
I did. And you know why I watched it?
Hell
Do you know why I watched it?
Hell
you know
no.
why? I watched it because of the exact same thing.
Hell no.
I beat the first Assassin's Creed game. And so I went to see that movie thinking this is going to be... I didn't beat the first one. I beat the second one. I'm sorry, I lied to you. I beat the second one. And I went in there, and I remember watching the trailer and thinking, that's not the Animus. That's not how the Animus works. They're stupid for that. I was fucking furious for that. They should have at least done in the video.
What they do with the Animus?
In the video game, the way the Animus works is you lay down on a bed and they like plug you in. It's almost like the Matrix shit. They plug you in. On the movie, what they do is they put you on this like crane arm that can just it just basically free suspends you. It makes no effing sense. It makes no sense. It's like an arm. It's like, think of this like robot arm mixed with VR, right? So you're doing everything in your VR world, but it's actually happening. It makes no sense. Yeah, it's basically like Ready Player One. They Ready Player One did.
Yeah, that sounds really dumb. They should have definitely just. I mean, it's not as different. It's just
it was dumb.
VR headset instead of plugging you in.
But what the question I was going to spin to that is too, that was a feature-length movie, right? Yeah. Now they got a TV show with The Last of Us.
Yeah.
So it makes me think that they're obviously going to be able to put a little more time and work into it because it's a TV show.
Yeah.
So I do have the anticipation that it should be good, but generally, I guess what my question is, pre-rating it, like, what do you think?
Pre-rate, I love doing this pre-rate shit. I really do like doing this pre-rate shit, and I'll be honest, I'll give that shit like a 9. Just because there's not 1 ounce of my body that's worried about that show. There's not 1 ounce of my body that's worried about it. Because all the actors they have already, fucking A-list, basically. Oscar Pez, I can't fully think of his name, but
coming from
Mandalorian or whatever. Yeah. He's fucking amazing. You got the girl who's playing Ellie is the girl from Game of Thrones. She was fucking amazing. They just casted the Ellie's girlfriend from the Left Behind DLC as the girl from Euphoria, the sister to Rue. She's fucking great in the TV show. Like, there is nothing that tells me this show is going to be bad. And then another thing too, Neil Druckmann, the creator of The Last of Us,
is on there.
Is on it. He's writing it. He's been on set. He's looking at everything. And then also, guess who's fucking producing it? HBO. I have nothing in my head that I...
A24?
Look, there's not 1 ounce in my motherfucking body that is worried about that show. There's not one. Bro, what about you, though? What do you
I'm very excited for it. The only reference that I really have to a video game series TV, it was... I don't know if you remember. It was like on Halo Waypoint. It was the Halo one.
I know what you're talking about.
And it was like a precursor where homie was in the military. Or some shit like that. Yeah. And they had Master Chief in it for like 5 seconds, and it's like a pre-Master Chief kind of thing. Yeah. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I mean, it was in the realm, so I'm kind of hoping at least this movie will be in the realm, at least kind of be able to port us into the world. But I'm worried about the acting, and I'm worried about...
You're worried about the acting
I'm
in The Last of Us?
I'm a little worried about the acting of the movie because...
What? The movie? What are you talking about? Are we talking
show.
about Halo or Last of Us?
I'm giving you relations, because in the Halo, the acting was like... but the world, like the sets and the costume was on par, but the acting was weird. You see what I'm saying? So I'm kind of concerned as to whether, I bet you the acting and all that is going to be good because it's HBO, obviously, right? But my number is an 8. How about that? I'm giving it an 8. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. Like, I'm comfortable with it. It's going to be good, but I'm just, I'm not giving it a full 10 because I haven't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I totally agree with you. When I say the acting thing, is just because, like, I'm like, you're curious about the acting in that shit?
No, they're all good actors,
The people who they casted, I'm like, when you talk about that Halo show, these are fucking nobodies.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
They didn't have one A-list star. I'm like, oh, of course it's going to have bad acting. And that's another thing to where I'm like, Halo, why the fuck do you guys keep trying to make this into something?
Yeah, they did that Halo Nightfall, remember? They were trying to do with the Sergeant Locke
With Locke, yeah.
Did that ever come to fruition? I don't think it
did.
did.
I believe it did. No, they definitely had some, like, episodes regarding it, but I think it was tied into Halo 4. Like, it was tied into Spartan Ops. It was tied into Spartan Ops type thing. They kind of did the Quantum Break thing to where it was kind of, they mixed it with the TV or whatever. But anyway... With Halo, like, because, Paramount TV has a Halo series that's coming up. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like...
I'm honestly still worried about that.
Let it go. Mm-hmm. Let it go. This game does not translate well into fucking... TV. Into TV, in the TV world. Just let it fucking go. Halo is good in video games, okay? Mm-hmm. It's not good on TV, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what would be awesome as a future length? I think a really good movie, not a TV show. I think a movie... I've always wanted this. Bioshock.
I knew you were going to say Bioshock.
Bioshock
would make a good movie.
Oh, my God. Bioshock would be the coolest. If you give that movie a budget, bro, and it needs a big budget. That's why that movie
underwater.
Yeah, that's why that movie will never get greenlit, is because for that movie to work, you need a huge budget for it to work.
Well, you just need a bunch of green screen. You can do some
green screen, but it's like fuck, because you got to think of the special effects. You need the big daddies. You need the makeup for the splicers. You have splicers who are on the roofs. You have normal crackhead splicers. Like there's a lot of money that would need to go into Bioshock to make it what it needed to be, because you don't want to have an Assassin's Creed,
bro.
You don't want to have an Assassin's Creed. Bioshock is fucking incredible, bro.
All right,
that game is awesome. It's one of the best games. It's my favorite game of all time.
No, it's cool.
So of course I'm gonna be fucking biased, but it is my favorite game.
I think it was hard for me. I think that's why I got to some point where I was like, I don't know what the hell to do.
Because you do. It does. It has that kind of, and I know I'm gonna say this and it sounds crazy because you play fucking Fallout, but it has that RPG element to it. It's like, all right, figure it out. Like, go here.
The thing with Fallout, Skyrim, and all the Bethesda games, except for like Morrowind, all of them have a pointer, and it says go here, and all you have to do is go there, fight, tap A couple of times, and go back to the other person and tap A couple of times. And it's
Bioshock. It does have an arrow. There is an arrow that'll point you into the direction, but there is points. There's times I remember there's a specific point where you need to get like a Big Daddy suit or something. I think there's in Bioshock 2. Mm-hmm. But I always get confused on that part because you're essentially in a subsection and you need to go find all the parts to the Big Daddy suit to put it on. And every time I replay it, because I replay them like every 2 years or something. And every time I replay that part, I'm like, fuck, where the fuck is this shit again? And it's like, yeah, it does have arrows, but when it comes to parts like that, sometimes just explore, go find it. So I totally hear you. I totally do hear you, but God, I fucking love that game, and I think it would make a fucking amazing movie if it just had the budget. And it's so hard to greenlit because it would need to be rated R too. It would need to be rated R. That game, that movie would need to be rated R to do it. It can be PG-13.
And you know what's funny is I feel like they have a hard time selling rated R movies now.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Wolverine. We were talking about this earlier. Wolverine. It's like, what, you did the whole X-Men movies for 20 years, and it took you about 15, 17 years for us to get a rated R X-Men movie or Wolverine movie, and then on top of that, it was his last movie.
Not only that,
it was a send off. We're not going to do another rated R movie. We're just going to let you have your fucking go all out, be Wolverine.
Deadpool had to come before that. Deadpool had to walk before that could run.
That is facts. You ain't lying. You're not lying.
Deadpool came out before that,
and they saw the success.
And you know what's even crazy is I feel like they're still scared to make a Deadpool 3. I feel like they were scared to make a Deadpool 2 for sure.
Yeah.
And now it's like I don't expect them to be. Deadpool
No, I don't think they were scared to make a Deadpool 2 because of how good the first one did. I don't think they were scared to make a Deadpool 2. Now they're scared to make a Deadpool 3 because Disney's like, what the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
Because Disney already said like, hey, when we do Deadpool, we don't want to make it PG-13. Like, we do want to keep it rated R just because that's what those movies have been. That's what the character is. But now Disney's thinking like, fuck, dude, like, you're going to be our first R-rated movie. How do we incorporate all this into our universe? Because their plan is to have him. He's an X-Men, essentially. So their plan is to have him in the movies. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you guys could still keep him one-off. Just keep him do rated R. Keep him have the crazy-ass stories. And then just bring him in for the team shit and he could do PG-13 stuff.
Didn't we talk about at one point there were being like an adult version of Disney Plus at some point with R-rated movies?
Yeah, I believe there's like a thing going, I think it's in Europe or something. But Europe has this plan to where it's Disney Plus with like stars or something. And it gives you rated R content as well on Disney Plus interface. You can see like rated R movies and things like that, and I think they're testing it out in Europe. But
I was more or less referring to like the Marvel cinematic, like what do they call it? Like the Dark Knights is what they call their version of like the R-rated stuff. Like they got Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Punisher, all like the graphic. You're honestly your anti-heroes. Just a lot of your anti-heroes. Yep.
Is Daredevil an anti-hero?
Daredevil.
He's an anti-hero. He beats the fuck out of people.
I think he's kind of he's a hero.
He's a hero because he's not. Really,
he doesn't do bad.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really have bad motives. Yeah, he's not anti. Yeah.
Now, if anything, he's just justice. Is that dude?
Yeah,
he's cold hard justice.
Yeah, Punisher. Sometimes you don't think Punisher isn't like a bad guy, but then he's totally an anti-hero. No, he's fucking tortures people and shit like that. No, he's totally an anti-hero.
My favorite Punisher moment comes from that one movie. He has homie tied up on a desk, and he's got like a grenade or something in his hand, and the grenade has a pin tied to the roof. Yeah, and he's like, as soon as you drop your arm, you're dead. Yeah. I remember seeing that. I'm like, holy shit, what a scene.
I think that movie was on HBO Max not too long ago, and I did rewatch that movie like a couple months ago. And it's like, as a kid growing up, I love that movie.
That was a hardcore ass movie. I love that movie. I'm surprised they didn't get a second one out of that.
So cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if the guy
Ghost Rider got a second one. It sucked, but he got a second movie.
I saw something saying that they were thinking of like eventually Ghost Rider coming to the MCU, and I'm just like,
I would love that. Ghost Rider's fucking cool.
No, I think he's really cool, but like, fuck, bro, like
he would have to have an R-rated movie.
Fam, there's just, we plan on having a Marvel episode. I think because I would love to get into this. We need to do our Marvel episode soon, man, because there's so much shit for us to talk about. I just watched Eternals, guys, and I loved it. Jorian liked it.
I loved it.
We need to do a Marvel episode soon because there is so much shit for us to talk about.
I loved that movie because to me that movie was like their Bible in a weird way because it sets forth in the beginning. What happens? Yeah. Like it basically like that's the start of their universe, right? Yeah. And now when we get into our later movies, it's gonna be, no one's even heard of the Eternals, right? Yeah. So when they start talking about it, like, Eternal who's? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just gonna
I don't know. I think the Eternal. I think that people have heard of Eternals in the universe.
Oh, really?
I think so because there's moments to where, I mean, granted, you could take it as like, okay, well, like blah blah blah, but it's like there's times where like, they're like, it's so glad to meet the Eternals, and like even the guy, like the girl's boyfriend, Kit Harington, Black Knight, whoever the fuck he's supposed to play. He was like, he
only knew about it because Sprite was telling him about it. That's the little girl.
Oh yeah, he was like, so what is this about your ex-boyfriend from 5,000 years ago? Type of shit like that. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like there was multiple moments in the show to where or the movie to where like I heard people like refer to them as Eternals, and I'm just like, I feel like people know you guys. But at the end of the day, I mean, I guess the superheroes never refer to them.
That's more or less what I'm saying.
So it's like they're probably unknown. But I don't know, bruh. Yeah, I don't know. We need to have a Marvel episode.
I'm excited for that one. Homies might need to Ricky was telling me about this comic book app. We might as well just download that, read a bunch of them ourselves, and have our own episode.
I ain't read no motherfucking comic book.
Yes, we're gonna read some motherfucking comic books. This is gaming.
I'm watching the motherfucking movies.
You're not wrong.
I'm watching the motherfucking movies, baby.
We're not gaming.
I will say though, we're gonna do a Marvel episode, but at the end of Eternals, when it said Eternals will return, that made me happy because like I liked them.
Bro,
I liked them.
I am honestly so
people shitted on that movie. I don't know why.
I'm excited because whatever their second one is has to include Galactus. Because I'm pretty sure Galactus is whatever those things are. He's just a world eater for some reason.
Yeah.
He's either that. He's on that fucking cosmic scale. He's up there with the big floating dudes. So I want to find out what happens.
Yeah,
to
no,
him.
for sure. Galactus on the cosmic scale, but they haven't mentioned him yet. So I don't know if Galactus will be in. I could definitely see Mr. fucking Escharum, the fucking big Eternal, was like, when he left, he said, all right, you guys basically killed this one to save these people. So he was like, all right, I'll be back and I'm going to see if these people are worth it. And then if not, I'll be back with my judgment. That part was hard. I was like, that was cool.
No, that's what I'm saying. Cool, that's why I'm saying whatever the second Eternals is going to be hard, and it's going to be a lot of space, astro, God. It's going to be that. Because
no more Earth type shit.
It's definitely going to start with her at the court, and he's going to be, so for the decision of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's just crazy, bro. That dude's with the fucking 6 eyes. I can't get that out of my head either. That's on some Raven shit.
Yeah, that dude, it was sick. There's sick. A lot of the shit in that movie just looks so like that was some of the best like shit we've seen when he was doing the recap, like that first time when the I can't think of her name, the Asian girl meets. She gets the thing in her body, and then she meets him for the first time, and he kind of explaining shit. Yeah. That part right there was some of the best, like, cosmic shit I've seen in the whole... Oh, dude. All the MCU movies. I was like, this is crazy.
And they're talking about how some of the cosmic energies are starting to look kind of like the what ifs. Oh, no, that was more of the Spider-Man. Spider-Man, they were saying that the cosmic rips were looking like that. So, I don't know. Speaking of Spider-Man... Oh, man, we're not even on our Marvel episode. We're diving into it on accident.
Bro, we need to record that Marvel episode quick.
They're talking about already making a remake to that Into the Spider-Verse.
Fuck out of here. What do you mean?
There's not a remake, a sequel. Sorry.
Yeah, fool. It's already been greenlit.
Don't get upset with me. I was just.
I'm like, what are you talking?
You and I have yet to discuss.
I'm like, wait. Yeah. We have not. You didn't see the trailer?
There's a trailer for it?
Yes, nigga. Oh my god. Is this you guys' co-host right now? This is my co-host?
I thought it was just a rumor. I didn't know there was a whole trailer for it.
There's a trailer out for Spider-Verse. Yeah. I think I mean I couldn't. I think it's across the universe or something like that.
Yeah, it's called across. All right, well, that's the end of the episode.
This was fun.
This was a good episode.
We had a whole Xbox, a whole crazy acquisition. Xbox buys Activision Blizzard, and then we had a fun little Last of Us chat. Like we kind of talked about this. Was fun. This was a really good episode. I really like this one. Man.
I think in closing.
You're getting that Marvel episode soon.
Marvel episode mixed with most anticipated because we'll
be talking about Marvel a lot in that one. Yeah.
Not only that, but I'm still anticipating. I want to know what is going to come with this this Activision thing, and I feel like we'll probably get some trailers or some shit here in a few days.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, look, guys, this is not going to be the end of us talking about that Xbox Activision thing. There's going to be a lot more shit to come soon.
Because we didn't even touch on it. There was something at the beginning we wanted to touch on.
We didn't touch on the Bobby,
the homies getting fired and all that shit.
Yeah, we didn't even touch about that shit.
Wait, damn, Bobby Cody. Is that the guy's name?
Bobby Kotick or something like that.
Yeah.
He's
CFO
CEO,
or whatever.
CEO, yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens to those dudes. A lot of them niggas got fired already.
We'll touch on the employee relations and things like that next
You're telling me they spent that much money on a failing company like that, though? Them niggas are failing in the eyes of the public, at least. And they spent that much fucking money?
Well, that's what's even crazy, right? Is because some people are talking about, who knows, we might keep this episode going a little bit longer. Some people are saying that they're like, this is going to be a monopoly. Like, they might get blocked. Like, you can't, the company's just too big. Like, it's probably going to get blocked more than likely, you know? But there's reports saying that Activision, Microsoft's not the one who approached them. They said Activision were the ones who wanted to sell.
Of
So
course
more
they
than
want to
likely-
sell because they're going
yeah,
fucking under.
They're going under.
They're like 10 minutes away from
bad.
being
It's
done.
bad. It's really people really don't realize how bad it is at Activision right now in terms of, like you said, they're going fucking under. Like the state of California is suing them right now. Like that's how bad shit is for Activision. So they said, hey, we want to sell. So it's very hard to say, you can't really call it a monopoly if the one company wants to sell. You know what I'm saying?
The one company wants to sell, but A, for the price that they bought it at, B, for the condition that it is at, and C, for the condition that it's at.
That just tells you how much that company's worth.
That's insane.
They have the 3 biggest franchises. They have arguably the biggest video game on phone, Candy Crush. They have a game that's been around for 20 years, World of Warcraft. Mm-hmm. And then they have the best-selling game of the past 15 years, Call of Duty. That company is fucking insane.
How does Activision own Candy Crush?
I think they bought. They definitely bought Candy. They bought Candy Crush
from Facebook because Facebook owned it.
Yeah, but I'm sure they spent a fucking grip on Candy Crush, maybe like $15 or something. That's no joke right there, bro. Like the mobile space is no joke, but it's like to buy those. And to buy them at the price they're at, like you're saying, just goes to show how much money that company is really worth. They're probably closer to $100 billion.
What if they bought them to hide some more skeletons that Microsoft has in order to stop them skeletons, and they spent that much because the niggas were getting blackmailed? Hey, Phil Spencer, you know how we got that shit? You were in the room too, dude. I think that's the episode.
God. Hell no.
I don't know.
Microsoft's good, bro.
They are good. But, rich people buy rich people. You're the sum total of 5 people you spend the most time with. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll end it with, look, there's a reason why they're a $2.4 trillion fucking company. I guarantee you they might have a little bit of tiny skeletons, but nothing to where it's like we're fucking hiding rape shit.
Oh,
like
of course
Activision.
not. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying they're on the same par. I'm just saying maybe.
No.
Maybe one day Activision was doing their thing in the other room in the hallway, and Microsoft might have opened the door and said, shit, and shut the door real quick, and Activision might have been trying to use that against them. That's all I'm saying.
You want to hear some crazy shit real quick before we get out of here? They said that homie Bobby, the CEO of Activision, is in some Jeffrey shit.
Dahmer shit?
Epstein shit.
I said Dahmer, but I would believe
Jeffrey
it.
Epstein, and I was like, yo, what?
Charles, here's the thing.
All those rich
I'm gonna cut the
motherfuckers,
camera.
bro.
We're cutting the camera, but
all those rich motherfuckers,
they hang out. They hang out,
and they do some nasty shit.
Not only do they hang out with the president.
Type shit. Money, bro. Money is crazy. Once you get it,
You said it before. At that point, you said homies can't sit at the same table right now with the monies that they're talking about. Right?
Yeah, no.
They still do. They still invite you over. They say, hey, come sit at our table. Check out what we got.
It's elite. Like they're the elites of the elites. Once you get into a certain threshold of money, you're just in the elite circle.
Exactly.
Of type of people, and the elite do shit that we can never fathom. So.
Anyway, that's our episode, y'all. Deucey Booties.
Yeah. Later, y'all. Fun episode. Let us know what you think about the acquisition. What does this mean for gaming? Download. We appreciate y'all. And
the boosies.
Caboose on my deuce.
Oh my God.